thank you so much, everyone, for all the huge multi-streaks. Sugabeth, thank you for the 15 stream streak. Lumi, thank you for the 190 stream streak. It's always kind of fun to have that on the intro screen, so thank you. It's a lot of little frogs. It's already 205 naked frogs for the day. How are y'all doing? Happy June. Good to see you all. All Mom, thank you for getting first. Or the equivalent of. Goshi, good to see you. Sugabeth, again, thank you. And Lumi, thank you for the streaks. Good to see you. Hope you're all doing well. How goes June so far? I am on the verge of spending a lot of money, and I'm getting kind of like that really nervous feeling of like, So I got the quotation on the cabinets, right? And so now I've got to decide. My contractor was kind enough to go to another person and get some quotes, some additional quotes, and got me like a quote that's like 3,000 less and also one that's 3,000 more. So it kind of gives me a range. I'm like, all right. So I got to make a decision now. I know. So this was interesting. The other person came in with some renderings that are more realistic. And it actually is a much better picture of like what the kitchen might actually look like. Which, now these are not the cabinets that I have been looking at, but just to give you a better sense, it's a more realistic rendering. I still don't like the floor. And for some reason, the microwave seems really short, but ignore all that. Look at the cabinets. Also, I'm not sure that the cabinets, these are probably right. These may not be right. I think there's actually more cabinets here. I would like these bigger cabinets. Oh, but anyway. It also helps like seeing this dark and like, yeah, that dark, that's like too dark. It also doesn't help like the stuff is really shiny. Anyway, I don't know. Oh. The weather's not dressed like June. That's a positive. That's good. Why are the cabinets smaller over the faucet? I think that's like just the standard design thing. Yours are all the same size. Yeah, I don't have no idea. Some people don't store a lot up there. What's weird right now, since my my sink is in the corner, there's no technically cabinet directly above the sink. Normally there's no, I mean, depending on your kitchen, there may be no cabinets at all above the sink. The fact that there's a cabinet at all is unusual, because oftentimes in kitchens that I've seen, the sink is at the window, and so there's usually nothing, no place to put a cabinet. Not usually, but there's often not a place to even put a cabinet. Above, that is. What are the differences between the, like, it's like 8,000, 12,000, and 15,000. And the difference is the maker of the cabinets and the quality. If you have light under there, you don't want the bulb or anything close to the water. Oh yeah. I don't know. They're going to put in recessed lighting, but I don't know where that's going to be and what that's going to look like. You're just on an island thing. There's no cabinets above it. Oh, really? Your sink is on an island. That's interesting. Waterproof lights. You prefer the whole line of cabinets at the same level? I don't mind. The recessed lighting's good. You think it looks odd that it's cut off like that? You know, honestly, like, it didn't register. Of all the things that like I've like fixated on and triggered me, that is not one. So I'm gonna try to talk to my contractor person. There's another thing I didn't quite understand. So okay, here's the comment. It might depend on, but I don't look at me for usual. I have no effing clue. Like, I don't care either. So, no idea. So here's what I don't quite understand. It's okay. So this latest version that quoted at 15,000 and 8,000, or 15,000 and 9,000. Says that the $15,000 cabinets come standard with plywood construction, while the 9,000 cabinets include plywood construction as an upgrade. Is that a typo? Am I not? I feel like I'm not understanding something correctly. I think of plywood as being cheap. And so why would the plywood be, why would plywood be the more expensive one, and why would plywood be an upgrade on as an upgrade?
Here is our dear little old friend, the chicken.
Cardboard, maybe that's it. You're kind of tall, heavy. Yeah, Mom, I'm kind of the same, right? I'm like 6'4", so having a little bit more headspace at the sink. But you know, I'm gonna have that problem anywhere I am in the kitchen. So yeah, that's what I'm. 15K for plywood. I gotta talk to my person to get some more ideas. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this other thing is. It must be from cardboard. So the cabinets, yeah, maybe particle board, plywood instead of particle board. The cabinets that I started with, so the ones that are like $12,000, I was told were like solid wood and plywood, presumably plywood on the back, so like solid wood on the front. For 15K, buy your own. I know. Here's your oak. Yeah, I think it's. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's in reference to the back side. Like the side that's like mounted and not facing the... Anyway, well, I have options. It was good to see, because like I was hoping to get something under like 10K. But that may just have been, you know, unrealistic expectations given the size of my space and how many cabinets I'm getting. So the fact that I've got 2 additional quotes, one that's a bit a bit more and one that's a bit less. Like it's like plus 3,000, minus 3,000. It at least gives me a sense of like the left and right limits. And in fact, the 15,000 and the 9,000 quote don't have tax, whereas the 12,000 does have tax included. So anyway. Engineered wood? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to get the specifics from these emails. I'll have to look up later. Anyway, well, there we go. I'll probably figure that out this week. Let's see. Boink. Where were we? We were on row 10. The standard for premium, custom, and semi-custom? For plywood, premium. What? It's... Oh, are they the fancy ones that have self-close? Yeah, I do know what you mean. I think that's kind of standard now, but I don't know. I know that the new quotes that I got are like auto-close and stuff. I think they are. I think that's almost like standard. Also, okay. Does anyone here have arthritis? I need diagnosis. I'm trying to figure out like what the hell's going on with my knuckle. You do have arthritis? What does it actually feel like? What does it actually feel like, arthritis? Hey, Miserable Garbage, how are you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, the Miserable Garbage 1 is back from the dead. Congratulations. Oh, you work at a hospital. Like I've got this weird like. I would normally have thought like I bruised my knuckle, but now you know, I'm just kind of wondering. Does it creak? Does it burn? No. No, it more like I bumped it, bruised it, and when you touch it, it hurts. No, I think I could. That would make, well, not that I would ever want to know what burning joints feel like, but. I must have just bruised my knuckle. I gotta start blaming everything on like whatever. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe, but see the thing is it's not discolored at all. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. You know, now I'm in the mode of like, oh, I feel something there. Is that over here? Oh yeah, it's over here too. It doesn't have to be like discoloration. Okay, well, I could have. I don't know. I'll just keep an eye on it. If I forget about it and it doesn't hurt anymore, that's kind of the biggest sign. That's that's rule number 1. Don't get old. Overuse and popping the knuckles? Yeah, I might have been like overly zealous in popping my knuckle. I'll try to lay off. Yeah, exactly. Don't get old. All right. Hey there, Rudy. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. We're making our third foot here. You think you're the oldest here? You're our pioneer. Into the great unknown. Well, oh, did I post, in case you missed it yesterday, we did our monthly giveaways. Semi won the chainmail giveaway. These folks won a calligraphy, so all mom's on there. And these folks won a granny square. So there we go. Congratulations, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, you won a calligraphy item. I don't know what that is yet, but I'll do it either this weekend or next weekend. Yeah. When I'm ready to send them out, I'll ask for a mailing address. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, we do giveaways at the end of every month. And your T points are the entries into the giveaways. So when you say hi every day, you get 10 T points. And when you watch for an hour, you get a T point. And if you subscribe, you get like 600 T points. So, and I think you get a point for every like bit. There's a bunch of rules. Hey, Demi. There you go. See? Say hi every day. You get 10 T points. I try not to buy more crap. Good luck. Demi, at some point you're going to have to let me know what you would like done as your chainmail item. It is a 10 by 10 pixel image. 10 by 10 pixel image, so you can either find, it doesn't have to be 10 by 10, it can be smaller. You can either find something or you can give me a topic and I will try to make something if it's possible. Oh, you did a painting before the stream with some watercolor? Hey, Diewick. I must have missed you earlier, sorry. I went to the store for cereal and left with $40 worth of stuff. Well, there you go. All cereal? That would be something. Can you imagine? What, did you buy a box of Mueslicks? You're proud of it? Oh, good. You have any photos? You think so? You can either put it in art. I think there's an art channel. Or if you've posted it on like Blue Sky or whatever, that's usually linked to that. Oi, $40 in groceries for you, including dry stuff like rice, flour, sugar, and noodles. I was going to say, I don't know what, I live alone, right? So my weekly grocery bill is probably easier to calculate. I think my weekly grocery bill is somewhere in the order of like $60 to $70. It's a little bit hard for me to calculate since I go maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm getting different stuff. I don't go like on I used to go on a weekly cycle, so it was a bit easier to tell. We're feeding you, the hubby, and a 16-year-old boy and a preteen. Wow, that's a lot of people. Those preteen boys in particular. Well, actually, the teen boys will be worse. 800, 1,000 a month. Well, that's for 4 people too. That's impressive. That seems about right though. $100 per person per week. All right, let's check out Goshi's art. Oh, nice. That's on the low side. Oh, I love lighthouses. It's really nice. How is this a local? Is it a local lighthouse? Very well done. Nice sketchbook. No. Not very cool though. Yeah. Was that like a practice thing, or was that a particular thing you wanted to do? I mean, like what I'm trying to get at is like, are you gonna keep it in your book here? Are you gonna frame it? Very cool. Lovely. Meat is god awful right now. Oh, a sketchbook exchange. Oh, okay. So people like passing around a sketchbook and you draw something in their sketchbook. You didn't sign it though. At some point you'll get some oomph to post your art. Hey, yeah. Oh, it's still wet. Okay. I haven't drawn in a very long time. Well, hopefully you get some time. Although I will admit, right, I haven't done watercolor in ages. Like a lot of things, just like don't have the time. Where's my? I did mention yesterday though. I did get the calligraphy done for the Moko gang. And I sent them a note. So I ended up doing like 3 or 4, or actually 4 or 5 versions of each calligraphy. And I told them like, hey, I'll send all of them, you know, to Devin and Derek and let them figure out which ones they wanted. And then I threw out the idea of like, hey, maybe you would consider putting the rest up for like auction for the St. Jude stuff. And so they thought that was maybe a good idea. So we'll see. Well, I'll leave that to them to figure out. Oh man. Oh, you got inspiration in chainmail. Nice. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me. Hold on. Where did I put that? There. Here we go. All right. Not to bias you, but I found this, which is a bunch of 10 by 10 critters. So I will upload this as well. If you see one that catches your eye, oh, more naked frogs. Hold on. You know what this reminds me of now that I'm thinking about it with it like this? My mom has some sort of camel decanter. And again, it's like a camel, and it's got like 2 baskets or something that are like, you know, like cups for like a decanter. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of now. That's kind of funny. Okay. Here we go. I guess the bots are broken again for the day for some reason. Well, all right, Monaco Queen, thank you so much for these 65 stream streak. Let's go, streakers. Oh, wow, right off the bat, a Chungo. Oh, shiny! And a Gojo. Wow. Oh, and another Gojo. And one to grow. Thank you so much. That was Monaco Queen, in case you couldn't tell. Woo! Thank you. You're home now and the town is painting the lines in the parking lot? Oh, well. R.I.P. Mm-hmm. Gotta get the new month started. That's right. Oh, man. Ooh. Well, so this week is going to be weird, as I mentioned. I think maybe yesterday. So I've got a homeowners association meeting tonight, so I'll have to be ending early, like a little bit before 7:30, which is kind of when we normally switch over to manga reading. So maybe it's no loss for some people. Wednesday is the last choir practice for the summer, I think. And then, oh, but also Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm stuck in like an all-day war game. And there's a good chance that I'll be starting late, because we're scheduled to end about the time that I would normally start. So I would, if we end on time, then that means I need to get my stuff, walk home, etc., etc. So, are we putting a beat down on the HOA? I am the HOA president, and I am on the HOA board of directors. We I live in a community of 6 homes, 6 townhouses. We are our own HOA. So like of these 6 of us, one is the treasurer. My neighbor is the treasurer. 2 doors down is the vice president, and 3 doors down is the secretary. Yeah. Yeah, the people that lived in this place before me were, one of them was a lawyer. And I think they had the bright idea of incorporating as a HOA. Because, you know, it provides certain like legal benefits and whatever. That's right, I beat myself down. No, it you know, all things considered, we're all good friends. We get along very well. You know, we have our moments, but no, we're not. Oh, if anything, like my back deck is a mess right now. Like, holy crap, man. Also, we have our place is small enough. We just contract out to get our stuff done. But the downside to that is like things like that retaining wall, it's up to us to do. So now the good news is the surveying did get done on Friday, at least as far as I'm told. So hopefully within the next week or so, we can continue with the permitting on the retaining wall. So, hey Wincing, happy June. Back to Apple. Hey Wim. Hope you're doing well. Happy June. Hey Starbug. Any news? I did finally get a response from the county, and it really wasn't helpful. They tell you things like your submission should show the layout of the wall. Well, it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Do you want me to, like, can I draw a cartoon? They say these things and they're not very precise. There's no actual like, what am I supposed to give you so that I'm not like coming back 10 times and paying for, you know, a service 20 times to get the thing that you're looking for. Yeah. I did eventually get to talk to one guy, and he was the guy that told me, like, use the neighboring county's specifications. But again, it's like, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. My concern is that, again, the county is going to try to get us to build a much more expensive wall than we really want or need. Yeah, exactly. Paying multiple times is the point. So we'll see. We'll see. We've already, like, I mean, to get this surveying done, it was like, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000. On the positive side, we all need to redo our back fences with the construction that happened next to us. And so we got that set up and scheduled as part of this this other effort. So kind of like did two things with one shot there, which is kind of nice. The retaining wall or retaining walls are on our west side of our property, but our fences are on the south side. So my goal for tonight, though, is to try to get done in an hour. I just want to be done before 9 at least. That's an hour and a half. I think we can do that. Although ultimately I'm the one running the meeting, so I always make the mistake of asking whether there's any more questions. There's only 6 of us. I mean, come on. Your neighboring counties wouldn't work as reference for your specs? Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised. It just said use Fairfax County's information. Like, okay. So a good example of like the sort of unspecificity of what they have. When we had the first failed attempt at this wall, and we were going with a company that was trying to sell us an $80 or $90,000 wall. We did a geotechnical survey, which is in essence like a soil survey. And we paid, I don't know how much for that, $1,200, maybe $2,000. In fact, it's actually was the same survey company we just had come out, which was actually to our benefit later because they were able to build on that previous information rather than having to do the whole thing over. So we saved ourselves like $1,000 today by being able to do that. Anyway, but it's not clear that you have to submit something like that. And so it's like, it's like part of this esoteric proposal, which is like you put in your proposal and you wait for the review. Well, do you provide them with more information, or do you provide them with like it's so asinine. Like, what do you actually need? What's that supposed to look like? Give me details of like specifications. It says things like a signed engineering plat. Well, what the fuck does that mean? It means, yeah, it's got like an engineer's stamp of approval on it, but what's the actual detail in the thing? Do you need elevations? It doesn't specify any of that. It's ridiculous. It's just like showing the layout of the wall. Well, what the fuck does layout mean? Again, like I could take a PowerPoint slide. I could take a snapshot of our street, and I could draw a little square to show like this is the wall. Is that what they're talking? I mean, it's just so stupid. Can I use crayons? So one of the things is there's a couple things, right? The wall, once it starts to get over 3 feet, which is a meter, roughly a meter, there's starting to get to be a lot of other regulations and restrictions. So our wall is specifically going to be 3 feet. The other thing the county cares about is whether you're going to displace 2,500 square feet of dirt or more. Our wall is not that big. It's like 3 by 75 feet. So at most, that's like 300 feet as opposed to 2,500. So by all rights, this should be, as they say, a nothing burger. I mean, a USA comment. Do you contact a person? Well, see that. Okay, that's the thing, right? They want the certified engineering plat. So if that means you need to go to a certified engineer that will that will draw up the plans and put their certification on it, that this is like an actual thing to some specification. Well, you would think they would normally know what they want, but then you call them and they're like, well, do they want this? Do they want a topological? And you go, I have effing no idea. This is what it says. And they go, I don't know what that means. I'm like, have you had no one of the hundreds of thousands of people that live in this area ever call you and ask for this thing? I can't possibly be the first fucking person to ask you for this. What have the other people done? I don't know. I mean, like, it's incomprehensible. Government doesn't know what they mean. Yeah, well, that's what I mean then about like, well, then do you play this game about like, I'm going to give you the most minimal amount of information so that I don't give you too much information so that you start asking too many questions? It's just, it's crazy. Your parents wanted to enter document version 1, not good, not good, not good. Again, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. What was it? The same documents? Or did they actually like change something? Oh, version 1 again. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Yeah. Do they accept Google's fact? At this point, it's just like, just fucking come out here and I will show you what we're doing. Same drawing. Yeah. Yeah, a wall? We better call a wall expert. Now, again, like, I understand we're talking about retaining walls, so walls that like are against like soil. So there are specifications on strength and blah 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 blah. But again, there are other things about like height that they worry about and whatever. So we should be coasting under the requirements that start to require certification and inspection. But again, it's like, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Well, I never heard of these walls before. Oh, yeah. My wall expert. But, you know, again, the big kick in the pants here was when we went with this other engineering company. They got wrapped around some axle, and what was initially like a $50,000 wall or something suddenly became like an $80,000 or $90,000 wall. Which is when we eventually walked away from that group. Is there a black market for wall builders? Okay, so chicken. So here's the thing. We found this masonry group. They said, here's the wall we can build. This is what we're going to do. Blah, blah, blah. They were just going to do it. They were like, we don't need a permit. We'll just build your wall. I put it to our homeowners, and one person came back and said we should do the permit. Okay, so we're gonna do the permit. They were willing to build the wall without going through a permit process and just build it. Now the downside to doing that is if we built it and the county then came in and did some inspection or something and said like you violated XYZ. There's a couple things that could happen. They could then fine us, the homeowners association, to build the wall correctly. And then we would have to go through the process anyway. Or they may just fine us and say like, you shouldn't have done that. The downside is, I don't know which one it was. Now, 5 years ago, when we first started this saga, the neighbor that said we should do the permit called the county, got a guy who was retiring the next week who said, the permitting process takes too long. You should just build the wall and take the fine. It was something along those lines, which kind of suggests that we should have just built the wall and that they would have like, you know, given us like a couple $100 fine and we would have walked away with this, you know, with even if it were like $1,000 fine, that would have been way more palatable than all the ass pain that we're going through. But here we go. So we're going through the permit process. We need an expert about dirt. You know, it has to be engineered backfill. It can't just be plain old dirt. It has to be engineered backfill. I don't know what that means. It has to do something with the grit size and blah, blah, blah. Hey, Coffee, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Now the county knows. Well, they already knew even back with that previous company that tried to screw us over. Yeah, it's a good thing we got away from that other engineering company. Oh, man. So, again, the survey got done. The survey for the walls so that we can create this plat that they want. And so that I can theoretically continue with the permit process, maybe in like a week or two, whenever we get this final thing from the engineers. And then we'll find out like what I did wrong because the county's instructions are inscrutable. So, can't wait. Can't wait. So we've got that. We've got that project going on. I've got my kitchen going on. I'm doing something else. And right now, the amount of money flying around is like kind of scary. Spoolstring, how are you doing? Happy June. I hope someone ordered a June because we got 30 of them here. Do I ship to UK? I mean, I can, but shipping is ungodly, so. Hey, Goshi, have a good one. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be good. Oh, so the other drama. So I'm going to be stuck in these all-day meetings for the next 2 days, but was supposed to be co-hosting a workshop at the end of this month. I had a meeting with two of the people, well, like one of the persons that's like kind of leading on the other end of planning the workshop, blah, blah, blah. And I was asking all these questions about like, hey, you know, they had a draft agenda and everything. And, you know, I was trying to say like, hey, you know, you might think about this. I don't understand how this links together. You know, do you really understand what you're trying to get out of this? You know, there were a bunch of like fundamental questions. I get an email this morning from the person saying that they've basically been reassigned to a different topic. I'm like, oh. Corin, how are you doing? You having trouble with your sewage drain in the garden? Technically on city ground. Part of your garden's not yours, but the wall around your garden has been there for forward. Oh gosh, good luck. That started Kafka's story. You work for the city itself, but even then you can go crazy. Good luck. Good luck. Our retaining wall has a really, it's near a border where, and what's worse is it's like up against near the street. And so there's a question about like, is it the county? Is it the city that owns this, the sidewalk and everything? Or is it the Department of Transportation? Is it Virginia Department of Transportation? And in fact, it turns out because there was one drain that we crossed or something like that in the sidewalk, it's Virginia Department of Transportation. But the crazy thing was they didn't know. They didn't know. You talk to one, be like, no, the other person owns it. You talk to them like, no, the other person owns it. Holy crap, man. Because at the end of the day, originally we were looking at needing to dig up the sidewalk. And so we had to figure that out. Now with the new plan, we don't touch the sidewalk at all, which is partly what makes this plan more feasible. So. How's remodeling's going? Well, when we actually start remodeling, which who only knows when that's going to be at this point, I'll let you know. We were trying to figure out earlier what it would mean that plywood construction for cabinets was an upgrade. We settled upon that the plywood upgrade must be from particle board. And that it probably refers to the back side of the cabinets. But it was a little bit of an odd statement to start with. More expensive cabinets were plywood. Plywood was standard. Like, I imagine it's also a weight thing. You probably want your cabinets to be not all pure wood, because then that would be really heavy. Which wouldn't be so good for the ones hanging on the wall. Presumably. Okay, that's row 13, which I haven't really been paying attention to, so who knows what row we're currently on. Everything's drawn on a map. All governments use that data, so finding who is responsible for what is easy, but you'd like to fix your garden. Oh, okay. Well, good luck. That's theoretically what we're doing, is having a map drawn, but is it the right map? Maps can have lots of different information on it, so we'll see. You're like, no, you didn't include this information. I'm sorry. Go do it again and pay another $1,000. You can just call a city to come clean it. Well, there you go. That's good. Okay, we got an ad break starting here very momentarily. 3 minutes of ads. I'm gonna need to get some water and do a stretch. Oh, and there it is. So be right back. Grab some water. Ooh, stealth follow. Thank you for the follow. As I notice, my number 0 is way off center. All right, hold on. It's gonna annoy me. Okay. There we go. No, it's off center. Damn it. Okay, there we go. That's good. All right, we're on row 14. Let's go. All right, let's see. We got a few more rows to go here before we decrease and finish this foot. Mm. Dun, dun.
Hello there.
All right, that is row 14. With 4 more. Deep, 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 deep. Oops, oops. Well, that seems to be my modus. Oh. Okay. Well. Oh. I'm okay. I kind of want to play Mina the Howler right now. I keep wanting to say Howler. Howler. Like one who howls. Mm. You know, it's really crazy. We're only 4 months away from October. How do you like them pumpkins? What happens in October? Yeah, what happens? I wonder if we'll get to the Halloween part of Chainsaw Man around then. That would be funny. I don't know if anyone remembers the Halloween stuff from Chainsaw Man, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, only 1 month left to July 4th. That's crazy. 250, baby. Just wait for all this stupid stuff to happen. Beep. Do. Oh, that's right. It'll be my fourth stream anniversary. Ugh. That's crazy. 4 years. My affiliate anniversary is not until like what, August or September. Do. Okay, that was round 16. Two more, then we decrease. Oh, so by the way, kanji. Where am I on kanji? Okay. So I'm currently studying 1,733 kanji. If I want to learn a new kanji, this is the type of kanji I'm getting. Like shuku. Seishuku, shukusei, jishuku. I don't know how that I've ever run into this kanji. That's very unusual. When you bring up the words, none of the words are marked as being like N1, N2, or anything. Shukutoshite. Solemnly, respectfully. Yeah. So that's the problem, right? It's we're getting into the very like erudite words. Look, there's juku. Now, strangely enough, that's a word you hear kind of frequently because it's just, you probably heard about a cram school before. Interestingly, it's the same top as juku to mean to be mature, to ripen. So right there it is there, right? Ureru, juku to mellow, but you put tsuchi in the bottom instead of hi, and you get cram school juku. apparently that radical is izure or tare, meaning who, which, whatever. Like, okay, so we've got juku, and it literally is just going to be juku, meaning cram school. There's also shijuku, which is just a private cram school, a private school. Originally run by Confucianists in the Edo era. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so that was solemn, shuku. And juku was here. Okay, here's another one. Shun. Sagacious. Genius. Excellence. Again, none of the words coming up. Shunsai. Shunbin. Shunshu. You don't even know the word sagacious, meaning like wise, knowledgeable, sagacity, sage. But yeah, exactly, right? We're getting into the words where it's like, oh. Shunsai, prodigy, genius. So again, like the kanji are getting even more esoteric of whatever. Now this radical on the right, what else is that in? So it's the same radical that's in acid, san and sui. That's good to know. Also the same radical that's in soso no kasu, which is to tempt or seduce, but you put hito and it becomes sagacious or wise. But you don't even really see that radical much because you don't see acid much. And what was the other one? Crap, I don't even remember. Oh, you don't see to tempt, to lure much. So okay, there's that one. I'll never remember that one. Oh, now we've seen this. So here's a good example. I know this one because this came up a lot in Jujutsu Kaisen, right? So they would say Junikyu, like a semi-level 1.
June.
And so you've got ice and then the bird. But again, it's not coming up in any formal words that are like Juncho, a Commodore. Hijun, ratification. Wait, why does that mean ratification? Again, sometimes kanji combinations make absolutely no sense. Like I don't have no idea why these concepts mean to ratification. Ugh. Junkakushi, associate degree. All right, what's our final one here? Martyrdom. Followed by resigning. Wait, what the hell does that mean? Okay, so we've got Junshoku, which is to martyr at work.
R.I.P.
Yeah, exactly. Dying at one's post, being killed in the line of duty. Okay, Junshi, which is again following one's master into the grave, committing suicide after one's lord has died. And Junnan, martyrdom. Now sometimes nan gets used in a variety of like whatever. Okay, so
June.
that is that June. Now this June that's on the right side is the June that gets used for like calendar demarcations. Yeah, so this June, that character at the very top is to refer to the first 10 days, middle 10 days, third last 10 days of a month. A Decameron, 10-day period. So you can refer to Ishun, Nishun, and Sanshun, I think, for the first, second, and third 10 days of a month. Oh no, there it is. It's Joshun. So it's the top. Jojun is the first 10 days. Chujun, middle 10 days. Gejun are the last 10 days of a month. Then you stick corpse in front of it and you get martyrdom. Okay. That was sagacious. Shun. Semi, that was that. And then finally we had martyrdom. Jun. So there we go. 5 new kanji. This one being the only one that I really recognize, although Juku, I knew the word. Anyway. Crazy. What happens is it's called kanji study. I've used this for a long time. It's pretty good. It has a bunch of add-ins, which, but you can see like right now, right? I'm studying that many kanji. I've gotten 600 of them to where I've like gotten them correct a certain number of times in a row. And it gives sort of the breakdown. It does like a graded repetition, right? If you get it wrong and you get it down to a certain level, you see it more frequently. As you get up here, you see it less frequently. So like once you get up in this range, you're seeing it maybe like once a week or two. And so if you get it right there, it'll slowly push it over. It's got a bunch of graded reading lists and an integrated dictionary. It's all pretty good. One of the things I like about it is, I can't do it now because I can't review the kanji, but it has a drawing recognition thing when you're quizzing. So let me see. No, I'm not going to be able to do it. So it has a pretty interesting drawing recognition. Anyway. All right. It's a pretty decent app. The guy is still actively developing it. There's not really much, honestly, to add at this point. There is one thing I would like to see added. I need to drop him a line about it to see if there's a good source for it. But one of the things that happens in Japanese is that at some point you learn multiple kanji that kind of have the same concept space, except that you use certain kanji in certain conditions. So I'm trying to think of a good example. There's a really simple kanji for tree, That's ki. And then there's a more complicated kanji that has like bean in the middle and sai on the right. That is also ki, but that's used for certain types of like trees. Yeah, Atsui is a good one too, where you kind of have one for like air temperature and body temperature. But it's both Atsui. And so when you're writing it down, you use one versus the other depending on the context and what you mean. The problem when you're just learning kanji like this is you don't get that context. And so, for instance, I've got a couple shiboru, which is to bind. Like the oshiboriman, right? The oshibori, whatever. It's that shiboru. Shibori. There are different kanji that mean shiboru, and they all mean to squeeze out, to wring out, but they have different contexts, and it depends on which one you're using for whatever extra meaning. I've got a book that goes into it. Hajimaru is another one. Hajimaru, to start or to begin. There's usually 2 different types for that one, at least. Anyway, that gets lost with an approach like this. And so it would be, that's the sort of thing I need to kind of sneak in there, is really that sort of a meaning. Like, no, you use this kanji in these situations. So. Do, do, do. You know, I wasn't expecting the feat to take this long. Holy crap, man. Doodly-doo. All right. All right, that was 17. Yeah, one more. Oops. Doodle-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Wow. Bobbing man. Hey Rebecca. Oh, you're heading off to bed? Well, hey, thanks for swinging by. We're on foot number 3 here. Slow progress. Oops. Okay, that's 18. So now we can decrease. I think it's like pearl, pearl two together, pearl two together. Yeah. Okay. Anything going better for your friend? Oh, good. You got moved to another department. Oh, nice. Good, good. Staff is so sweet. Offered a small spare room. Oh, fun. All have beds tonight. Well, that's great. Well, I'm glad to hear your friend's recovery and getting better is going well. Hopefully that means it continues and that things bode well for the baby. Okay, what? All right, we'll figure it out when we get there. That felt like a pretty precarious way to do that, but we'll take it. Not pretty. That was not graceful. That was far from graceful. Okay. I moved the stitches so that next round I don't have to move any. You eventually have to move some stitches. Every day, extra days of victory. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so it was purl together, purl together, purl together. So we're going to purl. Okay. Do. Okay. And we'll move the last stitch here, which is going to be to move. Okay, there we go. So we'll have 6, 4, and 4. Or 6, 6, and 4. Oh. Situation much better. Feels more reassuring. Oh, you're going to go home tomorrow. Okay, good. You're going to check the train tickets home, get some rest after that. Mostly checkups, rest, trying to get some studying, more tests. Getting cleared to move to a more homely section. Oh, good. Yeah. Well, yeah, again, I hope that continues to go smoothly for your friend. So you're kind of just studying when you can out where you are. Oops. Well, speaking of, I barely got 4 hours of sleep last night. So it's actually kind of good that the Homeowners Association meeting is tonight, because I need to get bed at a good hour tonight if I can. Oh, good. Yeah, you had a laptop with you as time allowed. That's good. All right. Okay, that's all the pearls, and now we're gonna purl two together for our final row. Oop. There we go. Alright, that's not good. Okay, I probably did that wrong. I don't care. Okay. There we go. Oops. Hopefully that was actually the end. Because if it's not, it is now. All right, let's bind off. We got 9 stitches. Oops. Doo-doo-doo. Can you? Yeah, I feel like I did something wrong there. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Oops. Weird. Okay. Oops. You got some sleep? All right, Rebecca, have a good night. Hope everything's nice and quiet in the morning. You can get home, get back to your own bed. Have a good night. Hmm? Oh, right. All right, we got another ad break coming up here. So when that hits, we're gonna take a stretch, get some water. So good time to do the same. You're in bed, sounds divine. Yeah, that'll be great. Oops. All right, there's our ad break. All right, we'll be right back. We'll finish sewing this up. And we'll start our last foot. Oh, finally. All right. Grab a stretch, get some water, and be right back. All right. I've got to take care of a quick email here. Okay. Okay. Let's... Wink. Let's hide the rest of these ends in. Looks like we've got 2 left to hide in. Fortunately, these ends are pretty easy to hide because there's these floats. These floats make really easy ways to anchor in the yarn. And because this is behind and will get sewn in, we don't have to worry about it. Hey, Arnita! Happy June. We're finishing up our 3rd foot. Hey, thanks for the check-in. Whoop. Yeah, it's June. It's wild.
Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, there we go. Et voila! Viola. Okay, that is 3. Whoop. All right, let's start our last foot. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. We're casting on 25 total.
I'm a buff baby that can dance like a man. I can shake a man,
Hey,
baby, I
oh,
can shake
thank
him
you.
again. I'm a tough tootin' baby, I can punch in your buns. Punch in your buns, I can punch all your buns. If you're an evil witch, I will punch you for fun.
Oh,
Bless you, you dropped these when you sneezed.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much. 100 little frogs too. Little frogs came rushing out of my nose. Gross. Thank you. Thank you for the 100 bits. Oh. I've been taking an Claritin or the equivalent for the last couple months. And just this morning I was filling up my pill container for the week and I'm like, I won't put one on Sunday I'll see if it's time to like stop taking it, but ugh. I feel like I'm just always in allergy mode nowadays. Hey, Emershot. I'm doing well. Sneezy, but well. How are you? We're making feet. We're making little feetsies for our sheep. We got 3 done. We're making our last foot. I have no idea where I am here. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 21, 22, 24, and 25. Okay. I I took a photo of the I managed to stamp some of the calligraphy. There we go. Those are drying. The red ink is like strangely gooey. I don't know how to describe it. It feels like it takes a day or two to dry properly. Thank you, Winston. I'm all sneezy. Alright. Okay, we got 25 stitches. We're gonna move 17, 9 plus 8 here. Tess, how are you doing? 8, 9. Sorry, I'm just counting stitches to transfer here. Hope you're doing well. Okay, we have 8 there. That's good. Oh no, don't fall off. We're getting ready to start our last foot. We're making little feet. Little knitted feet for our sheep here. Last foot. At least so I think. Alright, we're moving 9. Okay. That leaves 8 there. That's good to go. Okay. Oh, you're on vacation. Nice. Doing well. Also getting over a head cold. Oh no. Went swimming after you took a nap and now I'm just trying to fall asleep again. Haven't had dinner yet. Wow. That sounds perfect. Eat whenever. Sleep whenever. Just enjoying. Well, I hope, is the weather nice too? Sounds like a nice, relaxing, oops. Okay. Your sister come back from the grocery store? Hope she's back now because you're starving. Weather's perfect. Great. Nice. Well, enjoy. Question is your sister coming back with any prepared food, or is someone gonna have to make something? Oh, door opening. All right, good luck. Wow. Oh, boob shine. Sorry, I'm distracted at the moment here. Okay, there we go. Moonlight Mandy, how are you doing? Monaco Queen, thank you for the boob shine. All right, there we go. All right, we made it. We have cast it on. Oof. Now begins the really annoying knitting. We got to do this 1-1 knitting, which is just really annoying. Yeah, we're on the last leg. Well, we're on the last foot, and then we have to make a tail and 2 ears, but we're on the last leg. The last metaphorical leg. No, the last physical leg.
Hello there.
Okay. I think I've tightened the stitches appropriately there. Whoa. This first row is pretty wonky. Okay. Oh. You run anchor, pass the baton. That's right, pass the baton. Run like the... Well, you know. Wind. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. Pull this up. Oop, oop, oop. Oh, how is that only row 2? This is so tortuously slow. At least the sheep is not a spider. Oh no. Oh yeah. Yeah, we did do that jellyfish and that kraken, or the octopus hat. That was the 8 tentacles. Good times. Those were at least like fun. They had like popcorn crochet. Those are crochet, so it went a lot faster. Oh, I'm feeling it. I could definitely go to bed right now. Gotta be careful. Gotta hang out a few more hours. Oops. You did a few jellyfish? There's only chains. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we did that with this little guy. But we did big hat versions too. They're cute. Cute stuff. It is kind of funny to see making what do you call it? Making curls on purpose. All right, so here we go. That was round 1. We need to do 5 rounds. So this is round 2. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Alright, do that again. Alright, one more to go. Or one more pass to go for round 2. But I need to... All right, we got about an hour left before I gotta go to the Homeowners Association meeting. I think we can finish these alternating rows. Hmm. Hmm. Why does that not look right? That's weird. All right, well, that's our second row. Oh, let's keep plugging along here. All right, that was round 3. 2 more to go. All right, we got plenty of time. Boy, my thumb is really rough. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Last pass for round 4. Okay. That was row 4. We got one more to go. Oh. Oh, man. All right, let's do it. Last round of alternating stitches. You're back. Spaghetti. Ooh, spaghetti being made. Okay. Excellent. Any meatballs? Need to heat up the sauce? It's a tiny kitchen. Okay. Are you at your sister's? No meatballs. Okay. Oh, a hotel. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't think I've stayed in hotels that have like the kitchen sets and everything. I've never actually cooked. I'm usually there for work. when I'm in a hotel room, not for like a vacation. Yeah, I can see that being helpful for a family. Very nice. Did you bring Tess? Did you bring any projects with you, or is this a full-on vacation? There we go. Doink. Doink. There we go. You planning to crochet? We're working on the heart cardigan you want to get done. Oh, good. Well, that's good. Nice quiet evenings, I take it then. You haven't had time today. Okay. After you eat. You took a nap after you swam. Okay. Oh, you are going to go out. All right. Nice. Is this the type of area where there's like a active nightlife, or you have to like drive somewhere? Pretty active for restaurants. And there's a theme park, Busch Gardens. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, you're near Busch Gardens. Is it, you're not like near Williamsburg, are you? Today's a chill day. Okay, that's good. You are in Williamsburg? That's pretty funny. I used to live down that way in Virginia Beach. It was like, I was just trying to think, like, where else could Busch Gardens be? I don't remember, but yeah, the weather here is right. It's pretty nice now. So you dodged the raininess of last week. Maybe a little warm this week, but like, eh. Well, that'll be nice. There's one in Florida too? Okay. I figured there's a few, I just couldn't remember where else. There's one in Florida, okay. Just trying not to confuse it too with like SeaWorld. All right. Okay, that was 5 rounds, so we're done. We're done with the alternating colors, because thank goodness. Boy, is that annoying. Let me cut that off. All right. Now we just have a billion rows to do. What are we making? We're making little feet here for the sheep. So the sheep is done. This is the sheep, and we're making little feet. Little feet. So it starts with this little collar. That's the collar is here. And then we basically crochet a little, a bunch of, we're going to do a lot of purling now. So, actually I have to knit first and then we purl. But this part is like, it's alternating an alternate ribbing with color, and so it just takes forever. Go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But we're done with the color swapping now. All right, let's see. I shouldn't have dropped this, all disorienting about where I am now. All right, so we're gonna knit a row. All right, we got another ad break coming up. This is gonna be the last ad break because I've got to break early for my POA meeting in about 30 minutes, but we're going to take another ad break. I'm going to grab my last stretch and water break. It's going to start in about a minute. Good time to get some water. Do a quick stretch. Good timing. Yeah, there we go. Nice. I need to get a little bit more water too. Oh, look at that. Look at this yarn. All right. There's the ad break. Let's get to it. All right. Stretch break. Go for it. I'll be right back. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Time flies. All right, let's do it. Okay. Do it. All right. All right, there's our rows of knits. Now we're going to do our pearls. We got 11 rows of pearls. You're gonna eat, enjoy. Hope you have a good evening. Good luck with the crochet. And hey, enjoy the time off. Yeah, thank you. There we go. Hey, Noble Wells Night. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Pork, good to see you too. Hope you're all having good good days, good starts to your June. I hope you ordered June because it's here. Not off to a good start. Apples, yeah. Definitely was not a pork tree pull. You're loving Mina? Excellent. Oh, I finished the third ROM. All right, nice. Which one was that? Can't quite remember the order. After the swamp. Oh, okay. So you did a different thing. I can't quite tell. Does the game like grade the levels? Does it, what you know what I'm trying to say? Does it make the enemies relatively easier or harder depending on your level? It doesn't feel like it, but it's hard to tell. Doesn't seem to be much different. Okay. You just got done making 2 fried eggs from your chickens. Oh, nice. That's cool. That's really neat. How many chickens do you have? What I'd be curious about then, like how hard did you find that level? Because if I'm doing it way late, if it's not relative power, then it's going to end up being really easy, right? Hey, Veranza, hope you're doing well. Oh, okay. So maybe it's more like a level independent or power independent level. Oh, that was row 7. Mobs did feel like a third realm difficulty versus last two. Huh, okay. Well, again, like, I'll be curious whether... Where do you think you're going to next, then? I'm trying to remember what the third area that I went to was. My memory. Find a great farming spot. Oh, okay. Just for the last one, if you wonder if you wanted to. 200 skulls. Oh, nice. Okay. You're heading to the shore. Okay. All right. You think you are? I honestly, I don't remember. Southeast, okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to remember is I think there's another level there that's before the other level. But I'm trying to remember what it was. No. It's just an area in between. Yeah, I guess. I'm just trying to remember. I'm trying to think of what area I did next. Oh, you know what? I think I headed that way and then I was annoyed with some stuff, and so I actually went to the northwest. So I guess that was my third? No. Oh, you know what? I also did the there's an area directly south of the city that's not like a spark generator thing. I kind of stumbled across it. You started heading northwest, but felt like you needed fire to help you get through. Yeah. I remember having the same feeling. The answer to that is no. Not that, I mean, just in case you hit another wall. The area is now, it's directly south of the city, but it's not like it's not a spark generator, but it is like you may have already done it. It is an area that has like an objective. But as to the Northwest Fire thing, you do not need fire. I remember having the same, like, oh, I'm going to need, like, no, it's actually, there's other ways around there. Oh, the cavern. Okay. Yeah, there's something else there. There's mention of it in the city, but it's very in passing depending on where you are, from what I recall. Hey, Luna Heart. Yeah, if you end up going southeast and you're like, "Blech," try going back to the northwest. I can't remember though if there was an area I did in between, other than that other area that I mentioned to the south. I would need to look at the map and remind myself. Hey, nice. Porco Rosso. We finally got Porco Rosso to fall out instead of the pair of panties. So that's good. All right, let's get another row done here, and then I'm probably gonna have to go for my meeting, sadly. Wait, life has felt like way busier than normal. Lots of interruptions. I feel like I used to be able to go like a month or two without like an annoying extra meeting or some late night work thing or some other crap. This whole year has felt like constant crap going on. There's a stop unit tracks. You hated that zone? Oh, so push you to the farm to the northeast. Okay. Oh, interesting. Hey, Kaz. Good evening. I swear I'm forgetting something, but I can't remember what it is. You got a Donair? What's a Donair? A donor? Oh, kebab. Oh, nice. Sounds delicious. Or like a pita. Yeah. A wrap. Yeah, nice. Sounds good. You get any tzatziki sauce or anything like that? Whoa, crazy Sunday. Look at the key lime pie on that thing. You got that sauce and cheese and lettuce. Ooh, and jalapenos. Nice. That's a good, some good toppings. We found a key lime pie ice cream the other day. A delightful, legit chunks of pie in the ice cream. Wow. Was it non-Ben and Jerry's? That's sounds lovely. I bet the key limes are really good with the heavy cream. Local brand, okay. Oh, hey, we got the stream streak. Hold on. All right. Kaz, thank you so much for the 3 stream streak. Let's go with 3 naked frogs. Let's go, streakers. There we go. Thank you so much for the 3 stream streak with 1 to grow. There we go. Thank you so much. Boom. Oh, what's that? I don't know what that was, but it fell. Sounds delicious. Nothing Nothing better than a good key lime pie. Again, right, you add that, like, the fat from the ice cream, like, good combo. Graham cracker crust. There we go. All right, well, you're in Sandy Zone now. All right, good luck. I'm gonna pause there. I could try to do one more round, but I need to get going. I gotta get to my meeting. So, thank you everyone for hanging out. Where can we go? It's apples. 'Tis apple season. Oh, oh! Baconator. All right. Alright, we're gonna go raid Positively Crafty. Oh wait, what? Never mind. Subscriber, follower only chat. I try not to do that if possible. Tokushatsu I can see, but not. Alright, we're gonna raid Kamei Soul Tamer instead. I don't know plain old Trey very well, so I will avoid doing that. But good idea. In fact, I don't think I'm following them anymore. But good idea. We're gonna go raid the Soul Tamer. Kamei. Music teacher, freelance musician. And they're working on, looks like, commands, but they're doing making and crafting. So figuring out life for June. Sounds like a good idea. All right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a good start to your week. Happy June. We will be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be able to be on longer and we'll read some Chainsaw Man and the other stuff. We'll continue to work on it. We'll finish the last foot here. And then we're going to do the tail and the ears. We'll see how long those take. And then we'll start to put that on the sheep. Hopefully we'll be done with the sheep by Wednesday, maybe Thursday, if not sooner. So let's go raid Kamei, and I will catch y'all next time. Thanks again so much. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.